Ever catch yourself in the middle of the day, palms sliding to your lower back, silently begging the ache to vanish? You're far from alone, and it's not all in your head. That nagging discomfort isn't simply a badge of passing years, it's your body whispering for attention, motion, and kindness. Here's the secret nobody mentions: relief doesn't demand more effort, it asks for wiser choices. In this video, I'm skipping the same old 5 stretches you've scrolled past. Instead, I'm handing you 5 everyday motions reborn with cutting-edge understanding, crafted especially for bodies over 60. These aren't random limber-ups, they're tender instruments that relink your mind, backbone, and balance, the holy trinity that lets you rise tall, rest deeply, and live boldly. By the final frame, you'll grasp not only the moves but the science behind them, plus how a handful of intentional minutes daily can reshape how your back feels and how you glide through your hours. Stay close, you may realize your freest, strongest days of motion aren't memories, they're just beginning. Before we dive in, pop your name and hometown in the comments. We're dying to know who's here. Move 1, pelvic tilt, the spine's gentle alarm clock. It looks almost laughably basic, yet it's a powerhouse for your lower back. The magic isn't brute strength or bendiness, it's pure awareness. You're not merely rocking your hips, you're reigniting the chat between brain, vertebrae, and core. With time, prolonged sitting or reduced activity lets the tiny stabilizers hugging your spine doze off. Each soft pelvic tilt is a polite wake-up call, nudging your nervous system to rouse those sleepy muscles. It also nudges your pelvis, your body's foundation, back into smooth alignment, easing pressure on the lower spine, quieting pain, and straightening posture without force. Picture it as coaching your frame to move youthful again, minus the strain. This is dialogue, not domination, slow, deliberate, profoundly restorative. How? Lie flat, knees bent, feet hip width on the floor. Rest fingertips lightly on your hip bones to sense the shift. Inhale calmly through the nose, exhale and tip the pelvis so your lower back melts toward the floor, abs softly waking. Inhale, return to neutral. Keep glutes grounded, motion tiny and fluid. 10 breaths, eyes optionally closed, noticing warmth bloom and each cycle glide easier. This is reconnection, not perfection. Move 2, glute bridge, the lifeline for hips and spirit. Far more than a back drill, this single lift nourishes hips, spine, and your entire zest for life. If I could pick one ally for vibrant aging, this would fight for the crown. Here's the real reason it matters. Your glutes power every step you take, yet after 60, they often dim from endless sitting, slouched habits, or lingering aches. That shutdown doesn't just sap strength, it throws off balance, shortens your stride, and dumps extra load straight onto your spine whenever you rise or settle. The glute bridge flips the switch back on. Each controlled lift reignites the body's mightiest muscle group, handing the heavy lifting to hips and thighs where it belongs, so your lower back can finally exhale. Science backs it. This move fires the entire posterior chain, muscles that guard your spine, steady your pelvis, and slash fall risk, a lifeline for seasoned bodies. But the deepest gift? It restores your ability to stand, literally from a seat, figuratively from any slump, and step into each morning with quiet command. How? Lie back, knees bent, feet hip width and flat. Arms rest easy at your sides. Inhale fully. On the exhale, root your heels and peel your hips upward, glutes first, then spine, segment by segment, until shoulders to knees draw one clean line. Pause at the top, squeeze the glutes for 2 gentle beats, no sky-high arch, just enough to feel the work shift forward. Inhale, then lower vertebra by vertebra until your back kisses the floor again. Flow through 8 to 10 cycles, breath and motion braided. If the lift feels steep, tuck a slim pillow beneath your lower back for kindness. Every rep is a quiet promise, taller posture, surer steps, bolder days. Move 3, single knee to chest, the spine's soft whisper. Unassuming, almost hushed, yet this tender pull murmurs relief to your lower back, hips, and the entire nervous system. People move 3, continued *** single knee to chest, the spine's quiet exhale. Most shrug it off as a starter stretch, yet it's a tender reset for the lumbar curve that shoulders life's daily weight. It eases space between vertebrae, unwinds tight hip flexors, and lifts the squeeze off the sciatic nerve, the sneaky source of that ache crawling down your leg. The real gem? Lying flat, this pull reteaches belly breathing. Many of us over 60 clutch tension in ribs or gut. Without noticing, deeper breath melts that grip, cues the rest and digest system, and sparks repair. Research adds sparkle, better blood flow to the lower back and pelvis boosts healing, mobility, even digestion. This isn't mere lengthening, it's surrender, dropping stiffness, fear of motion, the inner whisper asking, will it hurt? Your body answers with release, realignment, a fresh start, breath by breath. How? Stretch out on your back, legs long. Bend the right knee, guide it softly chestward. Hands clasped behind the thigh or front of the shin, never the knee joint. Exhale, draw the leg nearer without force, let gravity and air do the lifting. Linger 15 to 20 slow breaths, feeling the lower back spread and soften into the floor. Lower gently, switch sides. 2 or 3 rounds each. If flat feels harsh, keep the idle leg bent, foot grounded for cushion. This is your hush of sanctuary. Breathe wide, move safe, rediscover stillness laced with power. Move 4, piriformis release, the sciatic whisperer. Tucked deep in your seat hides the piriformis, a tiny muscle that, when knotted or flared, pinches the sciatic nerve and sends pain racing from hip to calf. It might greet you as a dull throb or a lightning jab the moment your feet hit the floor. This stretch speaks straight to that hidden troublemaker while carving room in the hips, pelvis, and the anxious wiring that begs you to freeze. Larger stretches steal the spotlight, but this quiet worker changes everything. For anyone over 60 who sits often or fights hip creak, loosening the piriformis can shift the day from ache to ease. Studies tie its tension to wobbly steps and higher fall risk. Free it, and you may stride surer, safer. Imagine unclogging a jammed highway around the nerve, relief rolls in, freedom follows. No yanking required, the piriformis responds to patient, deliberate care. Invite it to uncoil. How? Lie back, knees bent, feet flat. Lift the right ankle, rest its outer edge just above the left knee, forming a lazy figure 4. If the hip already hums with stretch, settle here and breathe. Move 4, continued if the stretch feels shy, ease deeper, float the left leg upward, thigh nearing chest. Slip your right hand through the opening between legs, link fingers behind the left thigh, and draw with feather-like pull. A rich opening blooms in the right hip and outer seat. Linger 20 to 30 slow breaths, then unwind and mirror sides, 2 or 3 cycles each. Sensitive hips or knees? Shift to a solid chair, ankle draped over opposite thigh. No hurry. This is courtship, not conquest. Coax your body open and watch subtle shifts yield sweeping ease. Move 5, hamstring release, the back body revival. Those long ropes behind your thighs do far more than lift you from chairs. They anchor the entire posterior chain, calves, glutes, spine. When hamstrings stiffen, they quietly tilt the pelvis, yank alignment askew, and seed that persistent lower back throb. Surprise, most aren't truly short, they're simply napping from disuse and timid motion. This gentle reach wakes them, flushes fresh blood, and recalibrates the whole rear landscape. Bonus, it nudges muscle spindles, tiny motion sensors, that retrain your brain to trust reach again. No toe touching required. This is posture rescue, spine armor, and reclaimed spring. Each breath elongates not just tissue but your daily grace, tension melting, confidence rising. How? Lie flat, legs long. Bend right knee chestward, cradle behind the thigh, hands clasped or resting. Straighten the foot skyward until a sweet pull hums along the thigh back. Flex toes toward nose to deepen the chain song. Hold 15 to 20 even breaths, then fold the knee and lower. Switch sides, 2 or 3 rounds. Floor too firm? Sit tall in a chair, heel grounded ahead, hinge softly from hips. No bounce, no battle, just steady welcome for muscles to reclaim their native length and lift. Golden rules for 60 plus, begin modest, show up daily. 2 moves at sunrise, 2 at moonrise, no equipment, just devotion. Dizziness? Move post-snack, sip water, lean on chair or wall. Progress whispers in attendance, not distance. Gentle persistence trumps force every time. You rose. You reclaimed. You reignited. You didn't merely stretch today, you reclaimed sovereignty over motion. Lower back pain lurks like a silent pickpocket, snatching painless walks, fearless reaches, unbroken sleep. In these brief minutes you met it with quiet courage. Every rep was a memo to nerves, joints, soul, I'm still growing. Movement isn't a trophy of youth, it's a passport to freedom, and freedom never clocks out. This season can be your most deliberate, most alive. Bookmark this, return often, let it be your reset when life weighs heavy. If a spark caught, drop a line below, what eased, what lingers. We're not just bending, we're forging vibrant aging, one mindful motion at a time. Healing rides on movement, and movement is your birthright. Until next time, friend, keep rising.